I'm going to share with you how you need to control human resource costs to keep the overhead manageable, right? So typically our strategy is that in terms of comparing the industry, our basic pay, we want to keep around 65% of the normal distribution profile. And because of the bonus system and all the service point sharing, etc., our people can then move to the top 5% of the profile, which is very motivating. That's the basic strategy we work. So let's look at a bit of the detail. Because we are a labor-intensive business, we cannot afford to be too soft on work rules. It is a government job to protect workers, right? So in Malaysia, all the time, it was 48 hours working for rank and file, and manager is 44 hours. It's starting to change now. Let me just give you this example so you understand. So we will not reduce that working hour. And on top of that, the law basically say your lunch hour is on your own time. So de facto, our people will clock in for 9 hours with their 1 hour lunch break. We have to follow the law, because if you don't and you have less productivity, your costs will go up, right? So give you an example. I was in Phuket on holiday once, and it was an international branded hotel. And the manager was so proud. He said, "Dennis, we're supposed to work 6 days a week, but now we've decided to support the staff and work 5 days a week." And I would say, "Oh, this guy doesn't understand what he's doing." Because to have one extra staff to fit the one off day is 16%, but two replacement staff to have 5% is 40%. He's just added 25% extra cost, right? And he's proud of it. But the management company, I suppose, allow it. Don't know whether they know or not, don't know. So we will never do this type of thing. So I know, for example, I went and studied whether to start a business in Vietnam, and the law says that for a lady on maternity leave, it is 6 months. So you got to keep to the law. In Malaysia, it is 3 months. So you keep to the law. You cannot afford to be too kind. However, as a company, we empathize with our staff. So even before the law allowed paternity leave, we already give 1 or 2 day paternity leave. And that in the family, the law didn't require us. We also give leave to attend that in the family. But here you got to watch it, because I have one case where his father died 3 times. So miracles can happen, but you got to watch it so that this type of thing, abuse doesn't happen, right? And on top of that, so we must be tight in what the law says, and we just follow it. But on areas, we are much more, pro staff, right? For example, we cover personal accident for our staff, right? A fair bit of money. And we had 2 part-timers who got killed on the motorbike. And technically, because they're part-timer, we don't need to pay anything. But anyway, we passed ahead and we took some money from our missing breakage and penalty reserve. And it's a donation from all the staff to the person. Normally it's only 200-300 ringgit. So 2,000 ringgit. So I said, no, I'm not happy with that. So we bought insurance cover from them. I think for a part-time, it's minimum 10,000 ringgit we cover. So if something happened, they get 10,000. Or if they lose a limb, at least they get some money just before a part-timer. So for our management staff, we have a personal accident amount. Of course, it goes higher up in terms of cover, 3 years compensation or 5 years compensation depend on the level. Right, so that area we are very pro staff, and we do that because of the insurance is percentage-wise is very low. but impact on the person when he has a problem is huge. Then come medical insurance. We also buy medical insurance. You have to be very careful on medical insurance because if not, you have a lot of claims allowed, and then basically insurance company got to make money. You claim a lot, I increase the rate, and that's typically what happens in most companies. So what we do as a company is we self-insure a high amount. So the first 5,000 we don't claim against the hotel, the insurance company. We self-insure, and we cover for 4%, roughly about 5% of the staff. That means if 4% gets sick or get a medical condition where you have to claim, the first 5,000 of the 4, which is 20,000, we don't claim against the insurance. So the amount of small claim disappear, right? And then we only focus on the big claim. And so the number of claim actually is very small. In the span of 5 years, we may have the maximum of 1 claim or 2 claims, right? So the insurance company also understand that and give us the finest of rates. That's how we control this insurance rates. Contributing to government like Social Security, there's also accidental, SOCSO. SOCSO is for like a personal accident insurance by the government, but it only covers you at work or on the way to work, on the way back. So if you are somewhere else, any other time, you can't claim. So our personal accident covers that incident. But we don't allow a double jeopardy. That means if the insurance is claimable on the SOCSO side and on the insurance side, we allow the staff to take the higher value. The smaller value the company keeps to defray costs. So we practice all of that. And for the normal, daily or say sick, getting the flu, etc., we have a limit on how much they can go to see our doctor. Right. And the doctor side also, I had my own personal bad experience before in the manufacturing days. I was also kind. I had about 3 doctors appointed because they say we're living here, we're living here, we're living here. So I said, okay, that's good. But then I noticed a pattern. There's only one doctor who seems to be giving a lot of sick leave. And when I check, yeah, because it's easy to get sick leave for him. He's willing to give sick leave because he wants to corner the business. So I said, I went to talk to the doctor, and actually I terminated the doctor. Then I appointed another doctor, and I said, doctor, it's like this. If somebody gets sick, you give him an injection of distilled water, we will pay for it, right? And then you call me, and I will make him rest in the office. I will put a sort of a station where he can sleep. And when I implement that, the sick leave suddenly disappeared. So what we do in our bonus system is this become a disqualifier condition. If you take more than 1 sick leave in a quarter, you have disqualified yourself from bonus. And if you take more than that, that means you allow 4 sick leave, you are not penalized. But more than that, you have to show that in good faith, you didn't take it to abuse the system, so you volunteer 30% of the time back as a replacement. That's to show we want the mindset to be different. So we have a $500 ringgit per year, and 95 or 98% of the time is good enough. But there's always 1 or 2 who has a problem. And what we do is we believe in helping people who are good. We have no intention to help people who are no good beyond what the law requires. Right? So typically when there's extra claim, we look at the case, then we look at his performance record. If the person is very good, we will pay for it. In fact, we go out of our way. We have even a manager, he's very good. He fell into motorcycle accident. He lost 3 front teeth, and he was going to wear false teeth, etc. I said, tell you what you do. You go and get an implant. The implant is very expensive. It's about, for him, 3 times 6 is 18,000. I tell you what you do. The company will pay for half. you pay for half, but you don't have to come up with cash. When you get bonuses, you take up to 50% of your bonus to repay this. So over a period of a year or 6 months, it's paid for. And he has a good, the implant is a good set of teeth. He doesn't have to be worried about that. So we do many things that are very pro staff, but you got to watch it that you don't encourage bad practices with the staff. And that is how you keep overall HR costs within control.